Hey, good afternoon. I'm Raleigh Brown, and this is Curve Flattening Concert number 759. And as you can see, my little familiar, Charlie the dog, is right back there behind me on his little chair. He may stay there. Usually he plops down onto the floor after a while, but I tried to position myself so you could kind of see him. I think maybe if I move a little bit over, that's better. And I say hello to you all. I see Keith Shaw and Stephen DeHaas. Up there he goes. Say goodbye. But there's pictures coming up. That's a good boy. He's laying down right over here now. Um, uh, Steve DeHaas and Keith Shaw are on YouTube, and Steve DeHaas, and Keith Shaw is also on Facebook. Slim Edelman is here. Michael Tierson, Audrey Bernheimer, Mike Schnabel, Debbie Moore up in Maine, S.A. Tudhope, the birthday girl recently, Charlie Bryant, the clown prince of Raleigh World, and Deb Leby Clark, and John Baber. Hi, John. And I'll try to flatten your curve if I can. My curve needs flattening too, and I'm working on that. But you know, I found that my local ice cream shop has mint moose tracks, so I had to buy a pint of that, which is almost gone already. But I digress. Anyhow, so I got some music for you today. We will cloink. I almost said tweak. We will tweak and cloink. There's the clonkophonic mug. Boing, clink. Just water today for me. Thank you. And Dave Mason is here out there in Scotland, and Linda Worcester in Western Mass, and Pam Zappardino down there in Maryland, and outdoors. Good on ya. And who else? I think that's it for right now. So we will get rolling a little here. Now, if I had money, I'd tell you what I'd do. I'd go downtown and buy me a Mercury or two. Crazy about a Mercury. Crazy about a Mercury Ford. I'm gonna buy me a Mercury, cruise up and down the road. Now hey there mama, you looking fine, cruising around in your Mercury 49. You know I'm crazy about a Mercury, crazy about a Mercury Ford. Gonna buy me a Mercury, cruise up and down the road. You know where the girl that I love I stole from my friend. That joker got lucky, stole her back again, 'cause she heard he had a Mercury. You know, she heard he had a Mercury Ford. I'm gonna buy me a Mercury, cruise up and down the road. You know, my baby went downtown, she didn't stay too long. She bought herself a Mercury and come cruising home. She's crazy about a Mercury. She's crazy about a Mercury Ford. I'm gonna buy me a Mercury and cruise up and down the road. Well, if I had money, I'd tell you what I'd do. I'd go downtown, buy me a Mercury or two. I'm crazy about a Mercury, crazy about a Mercury Ford. Gonna buy me a Mercury, cruise up and down the road. Gonna buy me a Mercury, cruise up and down the road. The Mercury Blues. And I've already forgotten who originally recorded that, but there's a lot of electric versions now. David Lindley did a version, but the guy who recorded it was actually an acoustic blues African American in the early '50s, and because my memory for names, as you all know by now, isn't very good, I can't remember his name. So, good to see you all here. I didn't show you my Charlie pic because he was right there, but let me scroll back here. Today's Charlie picture, that one was just taken in the kitchen, just a little bit before concert time. You can see my beautiful linoleum floor from the 1960s and my dog from the 20-teens. So that's the boy looking lovely. Now, yesterday was National Dog Day, and so I was thinking about all the dogs I've had. I put a post up with a bunch of pictures of my various dogs. 6 Australian Kelpies and 2 Australian cattle dogs are all represented there. And the first of those dogs was Max the dog. And this is me and Max back when we were both a good bit younger. Well, he's been gone for 30 years, 30 years now. But that's the boy, and as you can tell, that if you look at his silhouette there, he's also the Aussie Dog Records logo dog, so that's where we took that picture from. And that's a much younger me, as you can tell, back when my hair was really bushy. The Salisbury girls are going to love that. So you missed this part of my life, the bearded part. Anyhow, I've always felt that as much as I love my various dogs who I've had, there's one dog who's a really special dog in your life, I think, usually. And I'm sorry, but it's not Charlie. He's special in the way that he's how can I put it, a challenge. But Max the dog was my real boy. And so the second CD I made was called Max's Ramble, and this is the theme from that. And I really couldn't play it for many years as my hands degenerated. But I think with this thumb pick on, I can get through. I've been re-engineering it so it's workable. So we'll give it a try and we'll see how it goes. Here we go. Max's Ramble. And that's about as good as I could expect to get through that one. There's a whole passage in there. I was going to just talk a little bit about arranging. So for this, it has the middle break has has this chord movement, and then it has a line above it. So. Goes to the D, but I also wanted a lower big bass line underneath it, so I had to figure it out so I could find places to keep that going and play. So it has this bum, 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 bum. And that's the best I could do with it. Anyhow, that's Max's Ramble. And so now it is time for some announcements. There are invisibles here, maybe George Young or Joel Biget or Judith Fox, or the guy who built this guitar, which Ginger Hopper asked about, which is Mario Prue of Iroquois Falls, Ontario, in Canada. Now that Charlie's off the chair, I can move over here. And it's a wonderful guitar. I talked about it a little bit the other day. Honduran rosewood back and sides, really beautiful wood. It's hard to sell how really cool the grain of the wood is on video, but if you see it in person, you'd know what I mean. And also all the appointments. It's like, some of this was my choice. This faux tortoise shell binding with a white layer on the inside. It goes white, black, white, black, white, black, white. Black, white, black, white. And the sunburst and the whole thing. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous thing. All the inlays are of maple because Mario wanted to build it in a way that it could be taken over borders, because there's a lot of kinds of shell now, like tortoise shell or not tortoise shell, but the kind of shell that they use on guitars, and that you can't take over the border anymore. Mother of pearl, they call it. That's what I'm thinking of. So that's the guitar for today. And then, as usual, there is a PayPal link there, or Venmo link if you prefer. Contributions to the Charlie Fund are always appreciated, but never expected. So let me see who else is here. Connie Adams is here. Jim Greco, my old buddy, and Sharon March, and I think I said hi to Warren and Janelle, and Kathy Marzik, and Michael Miller, and I see a lot of talk about cars here. That's cool. I'll read these later. Okay, and so like that. My agenda in real life here is that my good friends Magpie will be down in the Philly area for a September 6th house concert at Ann Mintz's house. And if you're interested in that, you can email Ann at annmintz, ANNMINTZ, at mindspring.com, and get reservations for that. I will probably be down there. I'll surely be down there, and I'll almost certainly be playing backup guitar for them. And then that's September 6th, which is just in a couple weeks. And then on October 11th, they'll be back in town to do a show with me where I will be sharing the bill. I'll be doing a set, and they'll be doing a set. And that'll be up here in Percy. And then in November 8th, I'll be doing my house concert at Ann Mintz's house in the Mount Airy section of Philadelphia. So that's that stuff. And then the schedule, I didn't get to check whether Warren is doing a show this week. So Warren, if you are, please announce it now. And I am on now. I believe Helen and David will be on tomorrow night. Helen Avakian, you can go to her page to find that. On Friday, I know that Bunny won't be back until September, and I believe Slim said he's too busy doing other stuff on Labor Day weekend, so you can tell me if I'm wrong about that, Slim, but I'm assuming that you are going to be missing in action for Friday. And then if Warren is here on Saturday, he'll be here on Saturday, and if not, not. And Warren will be doing a live stream Saturday at 3 p.m. That's good. You can find him right on his page there. And I will be back on Sunday morning at 10:30, come Labor Day or high water. So that's where we stand on that stuff. I think that's all the announcements. Yep. So we will move on. I'm gonna do Dink's song for you, and this is a song which I first heard as part of the Great Folk Scare in the '60s. I think the first version I heard may have actually been by Dave Van Ronk, but it was a song. It was a song that was collected, I think, by the Lomax family, and from a woman. It's called Dink's Song, and you may guess that it was from a woman named Dink. Recently, listening to the audiobook of my friend Elijah Wald's book on called Jelly Roll Blues, which is largely about a lot of the black blues music, which was mostly censored and never got to reach us. And some of that was by this woman Dink, who, if I'm remembering correctly, she was gay, and that was part of the reason that and there were a lot of like really lascivious lyrics and stuff. You can read Elijah's book; it's very interesting if you want to find out about it. He also wrote the book Dylan Goes Electric, on which the Bob Dylan movie A Complete Unknown was based. Really very good author and very thorough researcher of the stuff he writes. So I see Kit Serikaku has shown her little Mauian face here, or Oahuan. Good to see you, Kit. And I think that's everybody. Mike Verbeck. Hi, Mike. So the version I learned of Dink's song was very folkified. It wasn't bluesy or anything. Beautiful tune. If I had wings like Noah's dove, I'd fly this river to the one I love. Fare thee well, honey. Fare thee well. You know the woman I love, she's long and tall. She can move her body like a cannonball. Fare thee well, my fare thee well. Late one evening, in the drizzling rain, all round my heart was an ache and pain. Fare thee well, my honey, fare thee well. One of these mornings, and it won't be long, you're gonna call my name, but I'll be gone. Fare thee well, my honey, fare thee well. If I had wings like Noah's dove, you know I'd fly down the river to the one I love. Fare thee well, my honey, fare thee well, my honey, fare thee well. Dink song. So I have one more for you. And again, because of National Dog Day, I would sing this little paean to my late dog Suki. Suki was the other cattle dog, and hence the other problem child. And so I do this song every once in a while. It helps me remember. I mostly travel solo. It's a burden I bear, out alone on the highway, just trying to get somewhere. My wife would like to come with me, but we just talk on the phone. We never travel together, 'cause we can't leave the dog alone. She loves to go on vacation. That's my wife, not the dog. Up the coast to New England, living high on the hog. Well, I could kill for some lobster. My friends think I'm insane, 'cause it's home in the backyard where me and the dog remain. She came with some issues That's the dog, not my wife. She took a bullet in her young years. She was cut with a knife. They couldn't break her spirit, so they called her a cur. Because when someone got bloody, she made sure it was them, not her. So they gave up on her, left her tied to a tree, where two honky-tonk angels picked her up and brought her to me. But she checked me over, guess she thought I would do, and I made her a promise. From then on her hard times were through. She's got one ear that's tattered, and there's a scar on her jaw. It's best not to cross her, or she'll lay down the law. She's the perfect companion for an old dog like me, and I try to live up to the man she hoped I might be. She's a perfect companion for an old dog like me. Two Old Dogs, the story of me and my dog Suki. And I have a picture of Suki. You know, I adopted Suki, as some of you know, from Emmylou Harris. And let me see if I can quickly find the Suki and Emmylou pic right there. That's two beautiful females right there. Emmylou is a wonderful rescuer of dogs as well as being a legendary country singer. So there she is, Suki the dog with Emmylou right before I adopted her. Suki, that I didn't get to adopt Emmylou. Darn. So thank you for joining me. I see a bunch of people checked in. I saw my old buddy Will Scarlett is here. Will is a great harmonica player who played on at least the first Hot Tuna album, and was a good friend of Steve Mann's, and was largely responsible, along with Janet Smith, for bringing Steve up to the Bay Area and getting him off the streets and into a fairly comfortable living situation. So you know, Will Scarlett earned his wings right then, and he's a good guy. And I also saw Tom Stackhouse check in, and there was somebody else I missed. Mike Miller. There might be one other. If I missed any of you, I'm sorry. So I think that'll do it for today. I'm going to move this up a little bit, and we'll do a mantra. As I've said recently, you know, do what you can do to fight the fascists, but also find time to live your life, to cherish every joyful moment you can, because we're only here for a while. Be happy, be healthy, be brave, and be calm. Be kind, it's a snap, and if you get cranky, take a nap. And I remembered who else was on there. Rob Bulkley. Hi, Rob, if you're still here. Rob is out there in the Seattle area. Great bluegrass guitarist and singer. Thanks for tuning in. I'll hope to see you maybe on Sunday. In the meantime, you could see Warren on Saturday and Helen and David tomorrow night. Bye bye.